The train slowed with a long, tired groan, and a cloud of pale dust rose up around it like a ghost finding its feet. Clara stepped off onto the platform and pulled her one small bag close to her chest. She was 23 years old and had never been this far west in her life. The sun was already hot, and the sky was wide and blue. The kind of blue that made you feel very small. The town of Dry Creek sat just beyond the station. A row of wooden buildings, a water trough, a few horses tied to posts. Quiet, still, like a painting that had not quite finished drying. Clara took out a folded letter from her coat pocket and read the address again. She already knew it by heart. The Harmon family, 15 Birch Road. They were waiting for her, the letter said. They needed a young woman to help with the house, and maybe, with time, become part of the family. She had been so happy when she received it. She had read it so many times the paper had gone soft at the folds.
Saloon, general store, 6, 7, 8.
She walked slowly
This is
down
it.
the main road, checking door numbers, until she found the house. It had a green door and a small fence with roses growing beside it. It looked warm and safe. She knocked. A woman opened the door. She was tall and wore a clean apron. She looked at Clara the way you look at something you did not order and do not want.
I've traveled many miles and come with the highest recommendations. We've heard your kind before.
I am Clara Mills, Clara said. I received your letter. The woman's eyes moved up and down. She said nothing for a moment. Then she said,
Your kind isn't welcome here, not anymore. You know why.
There has been a mistake. The words fell like stones. A mistake? Clara asked quietly. We wrote that letter 3 months ago. We found someone already. A cousin. She arrived last week. The woman did not sound sorry. You should have written before coming. The door closed. Clara stood at the fence for a long time. The roses moved a little in the dry wind. Then she picked up her bag and walked back to the station. The station bench was wooden and hot from the sun. Clara sat on it and looked at the tracks. The next train east would not come until morning. She had $2 and some bread in her bag. She was not going to cry. She had told herself that a year ago, after the last family had turned her away, and she had kept that promise every time since. She heard boots on the platform boards. A man came and stood nearby. He was tall and lean, with a quiet, unhurried way of moving. He wore a brown hat and a simple work shirt. He was holding the hands of 2 small girls, one on each side. They were identical in every way, with matching brown braids and matching curious eyes. The man looked at the train schedule on the wall, then looked at Clara, not in a rude way, just calm and steady, the way a person looks when they are thinking.
You shouldn't be here alone.
One of the twins broke free and came to stand close to Clara.
That's a mighty fine bag you got there.
Is it full of treasure?
Maybe, sweetheart. What makes you think that?
It looks like it.
Your bag is very small, the girl said. Lily, the man said softly. Clara smiled a little. It is small, she said, but I have everything I need in it. The other twin came closer now. What is your name? Clara. What is yours? I am Rose. She is Lily. We are twins. I can see that, Clara said. You are very alike. But not the same, Rose said seriously. Lily is afraid of spiders. I am not. That is a very important difference, Clara said. The man made a small sound. It might have been a laugh. Very quiet. He came and sat down at the far end of the bench, keeping a respectful distance. After a moment, he said, You came in on the noon train. Yes, Clara said. Are you waiting for someone?
Tonight.
No, she said. I am waiting for morning. He nodded slowly and said nothing more for a little while. The twins had sat down on the platform floor and were drawing shapes in the dust with their fingers. Then the man said, My name is Thomas Reed. These are my daughters. We live about 4 miles out. A cattle ranch. He paused. I could not help but notice you came from the Harmon house. Clara looked at him. I saw you walking back, he said simply. The way a person walks when they have been told no. She looked at her hands. They had no place for me. He was quiet again for a moment. Then he said, Mr. Reed passed 2 years ago. The girls need someone steady. I have been trying to manage alone, but it is not enough for them. He turned his hat in his hands once. I am not a man who speaks in circles, so I will say it plain. If you have nowhere to go tonight, you are welcome to stay at the ranch. There is a spare room, clean and private. No trouble, no debt. Clara looked at him carefully. He met her eyes without looking away. There was no trick in his face, just a man being honest. I do not know you, she said. That is true, he said. And you do not have to come. But the offer is real, and it does not come with conditions. Rose looked up from the dust. Please come, she said. Lily is scared of the dark, and I am tired of being the brave one every night. Lily did not deny this. Clara felt something move in her chest. Something very small and very old. Like a door somewhere deep inside her, loosening on its hinges. One night, she said. I will stay one night. The ranch was everything the town was not. It was wide and quiet in a different way, a living kind of quiet, with wind in the tall grass and the sound of animals settling for the evening. The house was simple but well kept, and the spare room had a window that looked out toward the hills. Thomas Reed's father, old Hank Reed, sat in a rocking chair on the porch when they arrived. He had white hair and sharp eyes, and he looked at Clara with the same calm measurement his son used. She has got good hands, he said to Thomas, as though Clara were not standing right there. Papa, Thomas said quietly. I only mean she works, the old man said. You can tell. Clara almost smiled. Inside, the twins showed her everything. Their drawings, their cat, the crack in the kitchen wall that looked like a river on a map. They talked without stopping, easy and warm, the way children do when they have decided they trust you. After supper, which Clara helped cook without being asked, Thomas poured 2 cups of coffee, and they sat on the porch in the cooling evening. You are good with them, he said. They are easy to be good with, she said. They are kind children. They have been lonely, he said. I try, but a father is not everything. Clara looked out at the darkening hills. Stars were beginning to show. I have been turned away 4 times, she said, not knowing exactly why she was telling him. Different families, different towns, always something. Too quiet, too plain, not what they expected. Thomas was quiet for a moment. Then he said, Seems to me the ones doing the turning were the ones with the problem. Clara said nothing, but she held that sentence carefully, like something she did not want to drop. Later, she lay in the clean spare room and listened to the ranch settle into night. Somewhere down the hall, she heard Lily call out softly in her sleep, and she heard Rose say, without waking fully, It is all right. I am here. Clara closed her eyes. She did not know what morning would bring. She did not know if she would stay or go, if this place would keep her or let her drift again. But for the first time in a very long time, she was not afraid of the question. The wind moved through the grass outside the window. She slept.